If there's one thing that America is relying on, it is Fluidmaster. The fill valves for almost every toilet out there made, Kohler American Standard, many other brands use this and trust this brand to make sure that water isn't running in your home. They just came out with a bidet toilet seat with a heated seat, with a remote control. It is awesome. I can't wait to show you how to install this and how simple it really is. This is one tremendous upgrade for your bathroom. All right, so let's show you what's in the box. So everything comes with it, except for the toilet itself. You have to purchase that separately. If you went with Kohler or American Standard, you're gonna have the Fluidmaster parts already incorporated into it. So let's go open this up, show you what's in it. You have a little template here. This is used to be able to center your toilet seat easily. It's got all the hardware. So when you open this up, it's really simple because it's just going to attach to your existing toilet and it's going to tee off for the water supply to the bidet toilet seat. It also has different adapters for different sized outlets. So if your outlet for your supply line to your existing valve is not the same, you have the adapters for that. You also got the remote control. You can't use this without a remote control. This is really awesome. It has all the settings on there. We'll go through demonstrating how all of these work, but this is really cool. You'll be able to stick this right next to your vanity and have control over it. The mounting bracket, you got your bolts to your toilet you're going to be installing, AAA batteries, everything in here ready to go. So then the actual bidet seat itself, if you were to buy a new toilet and you're going to buy this, I would definitely recommend a elongated toilet. It's just going to look better and sit more comfortably. So there's the bidet toilet seat. We'll show you how to install this. This is the most important part of the whole system, is having an electrical outlet that you can plug this into. So you're not going to have to run out and get separate supply lines. So you have one attaches to the T, and then one that's going to be attaching to the actual bidet. So you have, this is a really long one actually, 20 inches. I might actually reduce the size of this because I really don't need a 20-inch line with where my existing pipe is. But regardless, you have both of them in here, so you'll be able to connect the toilet with everything you have there. That's really about it. Other than that, I'm just going to show you how to install this. It's really simple to put together, and yeah, I'm really excited. This is definitely going to be one great upgrade to your bathroom. So the first step is just to get the bracket. So this has a little rubber gasket on the bottom. So you face this up. And first off, we need to put these rubber grommets down inside of your holes here. Now they do have an alternative bolt system in case you don't have round holes like this. Most toilets are going to have this, American Standard, Kohler, all the basic brands, but they do have a wing nut application that if you had smaller holes for any reason, you can attach that. So if you don't have room for these big grommets, you can just use the system that has the wing nuts on them. So either one will work, but most new toilets are going to be able to handle these. And just dip these in water. That kind of lubricates it a little bit. And then you just slide them into place. Okay. These two little brackets here. So make sure that this is facing up so it has like a little groove. This is going to allow the screw head to slide into and be flush. Before we move this around to where we need it, let's just get them kind of slightly screwed into place. This is where the template comes into place. So this is going to help align this toilet correctly. So you want to just move this up until it meets the edge of your rim. Kind of makes it easy because then you don't have to guess where the toilet seat has to be. And then you can just even adjust it left or right, back and forth, until you have the right same reveal all the way around. Each toilet's going to be a little bit different, so this template definitely helps out. And then you can just tighten this down. So look down under here. See that the rubber gasket is completely compressed and your bracket's in place. Let's take this little blue tape off. Okay, so this is where the bracket's going to slide into. So one thing to note here is that this little release button right here, this is going to move and allow you to disengage it off of the actual bracket. So this is going to slide onto here. Okay, so it kind of clicks. So if you want to take it off, you just press the button. But you want to slide this on until you hear it click. So you can even see how that button moved there. So when you slide it on, it clicks right into place. Double check to see how everything fits here. And it is soft close too, which is cool. Now that we got that established where it's sitting, now we can go ahead and flip down our connection point. So this has a little rubber grommet on it. And this is where we're going to thread our 16-inch valve. So this, as long as this has this rubber grommet in there, you can just thread it directly onto here. And it's important not to over tighten this, so just do basically hand tight and maybe a half turn past that. If you over tighten it, you could squeeze this gasket a little too much and cause a problem. But now we have our water supply connected. Now we'll slide it back into place. Clicked into place. All right, and this is what really makes it easy, is this little T valve. So again, this is just like a regular supply valve to your toilet. So this doesn't require any Teflon tape. You can just thread this on like any regular valve. Okay. So we'll hide this back underneath it here. And then again, go to hand tight and about a half turn or so past hand tight. You don't want to over tighten these grommets. And just make sure that this one's tightened. Now it does come with a 20-inch supply line. As you can see, that's like ridiculously too long. I have another one that is just going to connect straight to here. So again, this has a little rubber grommet on it, so all I have to do is thread it on like a regular toilet supply. Okay. Turn on the water. Your fill valve should be filling in. Make sure that there isn't any leaks. I can simply just plug this in. Yep. Okay, so everything's tested. Water's good. Very simple connection. I love the fact that these all have rubber grommets in them, just like all the regular connection points. So it really makes it easy to install and put on any type of faucet or any type of plumbing situation. Definitely pretty cool. It's got the light on it, so you'll be able to see this reflecting. It's obviously pretty light in here, but that's pretty cool. So this is the sensor. So when you're actually sitting on here, first off, I have the heated seat already on, so you can adjust the temperature. So if you want it all the way up, there's a seat. You also have the dry heat. You can turn that up as well. So when you use the actual dryer, so there's the warm air to dry yourself. But this sensor is, when you sit on it, that's what's going to make it go. So if you just put your hand on it, you can test things. All right, and then we just press the auto button. So it's going to release a little bit of water. There's the bidet toilet seat, or the bidet itself. Now you can increase the pressure to what you want. You can also adjust the position, bringing it back and forth. You immediately go to gentle, and then it'll release and go. So, and again, you can have your water temperature up too. So this will heat the water. So just trying that again, just go to auto, start it. And if you want to turn down the pressure, go ahead and turn down the pressure. The oscillating. There you go. And then again, back to drying. Very, very cool. This is definitely an awesome upgrade to the bathroom. So check it out, Fluidmasters. Let me know what you think. Really was a straightforward installation, but this is going to be something that the client's going to love for years to come. I know it. I knew you were going to want one of these on every one of our toilets. Once you have a heated seat, you just don't go back. So, so we're going to install this bidet toilet seat in our primary bathroom for you, babe.
Thanks, honey.
Okay, so the first thing that you have to be aware of is how much wattage this bidet toilet seat uses. So at the max use, now it's not continuous because you're not heating the water all the time. You're only heating the water when you're actually using it. And the toilet seat will stay heated the whole time, but the max wattage for this is 1250 watts. And that's important to know because if you're trying to connect an outlet to your existing circuit, you kind of have to know how much is being used on that circuit in order to add something to it. So 1250 watts is not a small amount. Most of the time you're going to want a 20 amp line to do that because a 20 amp line can handle up to 2400 watts. And really, to be safe, you want to stay at 80% of that. So when you're running, most outlets or most switches, I should say, as far as for lighting, is usually 15 amp. That gives you about 1800 watts to work with. The 20 amp will do 2400. But again, you want to be within the 18 or 80% of that. So we have a vent fan, we have a shower light, and then we have two light sconces next to the mirror. The fan really only takes about 100 watts. The shower lights may be 15 because it's LED, and then whatever the wattage is on your light bulbs is what you would be calculating. So pretty much under 300 watts is what you'd be using in this bathroom if this is not connected to other parts of the home. So you have to be aware of that a lot of times when your light switches have power supply there, it's usually connected to other light fixtures as well. So at 300, that's 1550. That's going above our 80% because the 80% of 1800 watts for the 15 amp line would be 1440. So the 15 amp line just not going to work, or it shouldn't be an option you really should consider. So we're going to be using a 20 amp line and we're going to connect it to our GFI. But keep in mind that the outlet is GFI protected as it is right now. So you don't necessarily have to put, now the GFI that we're connecting to there is GFI protected, but it does have its own GFI adaptation. So if you just wanted to put a regular outlet in, this is going to protect it as it works. But you can see how long this cord is. I mean, it's about 3 feet. So you have plenty ability to plug this in behind the toilet. Now, in the other presentation, we put it on the left-hand side next to where the water supply. With the shower door and the way this is configured, it's just too tight. I'm not going to have any ability to put an outlet there. So we're going to put it on this side, and we're just going to keep it down below so that it's somewhat hidden. And then what we're going to do is just pay attention to where our studs are before we commit to anything. So we basically have a stud right here, and we don't have a stud all the way until we're behind the toilet. So anywhere in here, we're going to be capable of running a wire through. All right, so this switch is actually just this lighting here, but that's not going to interfere with anything. We're just going to basically run it off of this outlet. What I normally do is honestly just cut a little hole in the top of the box and run a fish stick up through here. The game plan is to drill through the top header here and then fish the wire down into our hole here. So this is definitely the part that can vary wildly from one home to another. In this particular situation, thankfully, I don't even have any insulation at the ceiling level. I'm able to see all of my wires. So I basically just found all the wires that were going down to the switch boxes and then just drilling through that top header plate. Easier said than done. In this one, it actually was that simple, but there's a lot of scenarios where it won't be that easy. So these are really helpful. These are little fish sticks, and we can run this through this hole here. I'm gonna try to get it up through the hole, but this is really kind of like a two-person job in order to get this up. So when I'm up there, it's gonna probably be stuck in the back end of that wall. Yeah, let me just drill another hole here. All right, now I'll push it up. All right, you go ahead and start pulling it down. Yeah, go ahead and pull it out. Okay, so now we can go ahead and easily run our wire in here. Okay, so one thing about running outlets, when you hook it around here, make sure it goes clockwise, so you tighten it with the screw so that it doesn't loosen off of the connection. And it's always black on brass and then the neutral on the silver. But again, just make sure that that hook is facing clockwise. So when you thread this on there, it's pulling it onto the screw, not pulling it off. Yeah. Okay. Let's get rid of this toilet seat. This outdated, horribly cold toilet seat. Okay. And then this indicator here is facing the front. So before we tighten that completely, because we want to be able to move this around, okay, we're going to slide this on first, just to see the way it's really going to look. Okay, there it goes. It clicks in. So you are kind of limited to where this sits. So you can see here, this is butting right up against the tank. That's about as close as you're going to be able to be. Yeah, you're not going to want to have it. You're actually going to want to have like a little bit of space here in between the toilet tank and the things, so that when you open your lid, you can actually get it open. So that's going to have to be where we're going to be resting. So now that that's right where we need it, let's tighten this on the rest of the way. And that now it should be intact. So now we'll flip this out. So this little side port, and then this is your supply line to it. So just go hand tight, and then like a half a turn after that. You don't want to do much more than that. This will stick out the side here. And as you can see that clicking. So this is your release button. So the simple part is just connecting the water supply. So these guys already have the rubber gaskets in them. So you just literally just slide it, thread it onto your toilet flange. I'm just gonna loop this wire around the back and plug it in. yeah, pretty awesome. Let me know your thoughts about the bidet toilet seat if you plan on upgrading yours and put one of these in your home.